My guest is Tanya de Haan, and I recall it was probably about 20 years ago, maybe a bit longer, that finally the word stress came into our vocabulary. It never really happened, but people suddenly start saying, I'm so stressed about things. And now it's a major part of our life, isn't it?
I'm so stressed and I'm so busy. Do you get that? How are you?
Yeah. Well,
I'm busy.
I'm busy.
I'm so busy.
Yeah. So you never sort of, well, I mean, some people say, man, I'm so cool, I'm relaxed, but stress is a big part of our life now.
Yeah, and we're all trying to combat stress, but I think that's a large part of my work is that stress is pretty much the cause of a lot of things. But when we look at it, most of us are in this primitive state of stress. Yeah, so when we're in this primitive sort of state of stress, we're creating a very different chemistry in our body that creates one of anger and frustration and fear and sadness. So that's what that's our drive, and that's what we're living on, because we're fighting a lion, and when we're fighting a lion, we're creating a lot more cortisol, and you got to think about when a zebra fights a lion, it's only concerned in three things, and that's the environment, the body, and what you're going to do. So they're very selfish things, and we become very selfish creatures. And it's some people now use the term narcissistic because we only think of me.
Yeah.
And it's only about me and getting out of this stress. And so it's what we're putting out there and then how we're treating others. So you could have a husband who is off to work in a hurry and is stomping around the kitchen because his line is that if I'm late for work, then, I'm going to be in big trouble or whatever. And so he's creating a stress response, but a chemical that's only concerned with his environment and nothing else. So you're going to go in your car and you're going to race off to work and you're going to be grouchy at everybody else because you're just wanting to kill that lion. The difference between the zebra and the humans is that a zebra actually can switch off that stress and know, okay, I can go and sit under a tree now. It's all cool. But, a human is triggered the stress by our constant thoughts and beliefs.
Right.
So, and that's pretty much what sets us off all the time. So that's the difference between we are in either that survival mode or if we come out of that survival mode, which means we have to switch off that nervous system.
Now, the zebra and lion, is that one of your analogies? Did you devise that, or is that sort of common in this?
It's just a metaphor of explaining, that we all have that stress response, and that's what it's used for killing a lion. But, when we're going to work and we're running late, are we really need to attack the lion? When we're in that, more of the creative style, we can put things in more perspective. And, and that's why I always like to encourage things like meditation and, some of the tools that I do put in the book, because they actually change the whole chemistry of the body and they create chemistry, serotonin, oxytocin. You cannot create those chemistry in your body if you're stressed.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
So are you saying that we can be both a zebra, turn into a lion, back to the zebra, or are we defined? Am I a zebra and you're a lion? Is that it, or...
Oh, well, I suppose so. Can we be either? Well,
I know some zebras who lie under the tree all day. But,
I guess we're using the metaphor of a lion as being the boss at work. So can we be the boss? Yeah. Right. So it's just what we're creating in our reality. We're thinking that the boss is the lion, but they're really not. They're really just the ant.
So, we've got the ant in the formula now.
In the formula, yes.
I'm loving this, yeah.
So it's
Tell us about the ant.
Well, when we're the ant, we can be a bit more creative. I mean, it's small-minded. No. So when we're in survival, we're creating, diseasement, imbalances in our chemistry. Our body's not functioning properly because we're creating more sugar. We're creating different blood flow. So it's a totally different chemistry when you're fighting this lion, because you're coming up against the lion. So you have to be as big as the lion, really, don't you?
Yes.
But when we're in the creation mode, which is when we're meditating, we're connecting more into our own true self, which is, to be kind to one another, to, have good health. And it's more about being repair and restore and rejuvenating ourselves. Yeah. So we need to be like that zebra and sit under the tree, but we don't, do we?
Yeah.
Because we're all so busy. So, how can we? And so what are we saying to ourselves when we are so busy? Oh, we're saying, I just don't have time for myself. I don't have time to be like that zebra, to sit under the tree and take care of that aspect of our health. And that's why it's so important, because when we're in creation mode, that's when the good things happen. That's when the ideas. Everyone who's pretty much successful, I know, will credit meditation. I've got Bob Shapiro, who turned meditation rooms into, like business rooms into meditation rooms.
Oh, right. Yes.
Ray Dalio, he's the guru. I mean, he says that that the main obstacles. Well, he says that more than anything, that he attributes his success to one thing, and that's meditation. So, and he's been practicing it for 40 years, and he says that because. It said it helps him being centered, and it helps with aptitude and problem solving. He's more emotionally sensitive to things. He has empathy. He displays more diplomatic skills. When under pressure, he can actually stay calmer. So even though when you say crossing the road because you're running late, are you just going to run in front of the car and, get yourself injured? You're able to make better decisions even though there is chaos happening around you. So,
and when he says meditation, does he mean, say, 20 minutes a day or at a particular time, or does he sort of think every now and then I'll zone off for 10 minutes or...
Well, he's been doing it for 40 years. Yeah. So, I mean, he does 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the night. And that's really all you need, like to get up 20 minutes earlier and sit on the floor and just shut your eyes. And, and I also think people believe that meditation is all about not having any thoughts in your head, which is totally cannot switch off the mind.
No.
It's just about not buying into your drama. Basically, don't run off with your whole story and just sitting there and going, yeah, all right, and they're just passing you by rather than, having to buy into them. But, I mean, he's in a book.
So you don't sort of sit and think about specific things. I've got to get that story written and I've got to do this and what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You try and let all that go away. And do you think happy things or positive things or...
Well, I try to let go of any expectation, because when we have that expectation, automatically we start to feel a bit, that friction. So it's all just about whatever comes into your mind, because your mind is built to analyze and it's built to think, and that's what it's done. But what we say is that when you calm the body and the mind, they start working together, and your mind is an imprint of what's happening to your body. So we need to quieten it down. And
all right. So this is a good recommendation to anybody, whether they're a mum at home, if they can find the time, or running a business, or even working on the roads, just to sort of rinse the brain out, I guess.
20 minutes or even 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean... we've got 3 minutes to go to the loo, or 3 minutes to text someone about their husband's annoying you today. We can just switch off and...
Are you allowed to lie down and go to sleep, or is that...
Well, you can reach
Not looking at you, Graeme, but...
You can reach that deep state of stress. And they say meditation actually is like you've slept. You've had a good night rest. It's certain countries that have meditation have lower crime rates, and that's proven. That's proven statistics. I'm not just making that up. But and there's schools that implement meditation because they it helps with children calming down, because we're living really busy lives. We're driving here, we're driving there, we're sitting in traffic in Mentone Station, and it's very busy.
Yeah.
It's very busy.
Yeah, so it's a matter of switching off?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, we are endeavouring to do this in our household, but I think I'm more of a sleeper, whereas my beloved is more of a meditator. But we'll negotiate this as time goes on.
Awesome.
Okay.